now, with that, everybody, variant watch is concluded.
Well, I appreciate that. Now, Jar Jar, you were saying the best thing that you saw was Wolverine, his adamantium getting ripped out?
Yes.
I disagree. This is the best thing I've ever seen.
Drew's News. Exciting tales, fresh comic views, in the pages, heroes fly, villains plot, under the sky. From Gotham's dark to Metropolis views, we cover stories old and new. Drew's News. Your daily source for comic clues. Join the fun, this heroic cruise in the world of Drew's Comics News.
Excelsior! I hate all of you so much. All of you so much, especially the small goth chick with the squirrel. I hate her because if I know how this goes, I made that joke. She thought that was too good to be true. She told the big guy, and he was like, "Oh, that's genius. Let me just do that." And Jeremy is just like, "Yeah, it's cool."
Oh no. Jeremy's gonna beef it up, but yeah, I like it.
I made the picture.
I hate all of you so much. all of you so much. I am never gonna get that image of my face over Steve. Now I feel like I need to get that turtleneck and just be like, "Oh, hi there, everybody. Welcome. We're gonna find some comic news." You know, I hate all of you so much. Let's get on with the news.
I got my notebook.
So much fun.
Carrie, I swear to God, I'm never telling you another joke again.
Notebook.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I'm never gonna stop.
Look, see, me and Drew got notebooks. So cool.
I hate all of you so much.
We're like notebook buddies.
Okay, can someone else do the news? Who's next?
Actually,
Thank you.
Tom Dog says that Drew's News bumper is awesome.
I hate it. And Tom, I've been telling you need to up your dose of medication.
Yum.
we love you, Drew.
Okay, so
We do this to you.
yeah.
Carrie, I swear to God, we're gonna have words later.
Who's first on Drew's News?
Shut up, Jeremy.
Drew is up first.
Yeah. Well, I figured I covered all this. So apparently, in May, as we know, Bloodhunt's coming out, the new series by Jed McKay and Pepe Larraz. It'll be coming out with a red band edition. So this is, as I described it, an expanded and expurgated version. So this comes with a parental advisory and is polybagged. So it's going to contain additional pages and art that's too explicit for the regular version.
Whoa.
So this marks the first time that you're going to see a different edition for a Marvel comic book produced for mature readers.
Does Marvel have any mature books?
Sex Criminals.
That was Marvel?
Probably. No, I don't know. It just popped in there. I don't know. All I know is I saw this and I was like, okay, maybe.
Maybe
I'm
that's
curious,
what
but
needs something dark and adult oriented and very, I don't know.
all I know is, so this is a thing. This is a new first thing. And just to let you all know, if you are interested in this, all you bloodsuckers, this will be available in your LCS May 1st, 2024. So, Blood Hunt, the Red Band Edition. Something to sink your teeth into. I'm sorry, I couldn't help. So, Carrie, are you going to give this a shot? Because for some reason I was like, Carrie might.
I'll probably look at it, see what I think.
Yeah.
Oh, Carrie's not like on it. She's like, I don't need any of your gimmicks, Marvel.
I don't need your goddamn blood-soaked chrome covers.
They're gonna show me Doctor Strange's penile.
Yeah, it might be one of those things where I just kind of wait and then just binge it all because that seems to be the easiest for me with stuff like this. So
Yeah.
Did you
All
read
right. Well,
did you read
Blood
the
Hunt.
DC one?
did I read the what one?
The DC Vampires one?
Man, just pass.
No, not
Yeah.
yet. But you've seen my bookmark list, so
Yeah.
it's
Ever growing.
oh yes, it is huge.
Well, it's your fault. You made friends with nerds who always want to recommend you more books. You know, you're on the
Yes,
wrong show if you didn't want to read.
Yes.
All right. So
I read.
Blo-
It's what I do.
Blood Hunt. Moving on.
Okay, so big news. February 28th, Marvel is launching Women of Marvel #1. The issue features a mix of well-known Marvel creators and exciting new talent. Comic book legend Gail Simone teams up with the newcomer Lydia Rasero for a story about invisible women. Get ready for an interdimensional adventure that ends with a massive team up of Marvel's female superheroes like nothing we've ever seen before. Jackpot writer Celeste Bronfman, and I know I said that wrong, I apologize, and
Fine.
artist Leela Lees are giving us a peek into Madam Web's visions. Find out what's in store for Marvel's leading ladies. And then Eric Schultz, writer of Hollow's Eve, and a new artist, Giada Belviso, put Black Widow to the test. Bucky's in trouble, and Black Widow is there to rescue him in her own signature style. And then there's also a unique Scarlet Witch story coming from New York Times bestselling author Sarah Rees Brennan and artist Arielle Jovellanos. Join Wanda as she travels to the ends of the multiverse to protect her friend Darcy Lewis from a threat unlike any other. And there's going to be a bunch of other stuff, so stay tuned for Marvel's celebration of women's superheroes and creators who bring them to life on February 28th.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody got silent for that one.
Yeah, my apologies. I was off on the images.
No, it's okay. I mean, Leo, it's a lot
Yeah,
of
you got your point across.
yeah. There's a lot of covers and artwork within it, so it's all good, man.
Sounds good. Okay, it looks like Carrie is up next.
Yep. All right.
Thor.
So if you have not been keeping up with Al Ewing's The Immortal Thor, spoiler alert. Okay, the last few pages of issues 4 and 5 have had your friendly neighborhood minotaur Dario Agar, the current CEO of Roxxon Energy Corporation, plotting to take down Thor through ruining his public image by taking over the publication of his comic. On January 25th, the unthinkable happened and Marvel was bought out by Roxxon, leaving our beloved creators and their creations at the whims of Agar. Aiding him in this endeavor, we have so far discovered Executioner as well as Enchantress throwing their allegiance to Roxxon. It appears, though, that there is an underground that is formed as the Immortal Thor issue 9, with art by Ibrahim Robertson and a cover by Alex Ross, right up there.
That's interesting.
Nice.
Will feature Thor heading to Roxxon headquarters to fight the good fight against enemies who are trying to trap him to prevent his saving Earth. Wait, oh, what? Oh, okay. Just a sec. Brad and Oscar had something to tell me. Apparently, I have to pretend that last little bit didn't happen. The officials at Roxxon would like it to be known that the Roxxon Presents Thor 1 is the only true Thor comic out there. There we go. It is also being written by Al Ewing with art and cover work by Greg Land. And as part of the Absolution mega event taking place in April with Roxxon, you should order 41 of these for your LCS right now. They're going to be hitting the shelves on April 18th. And in this version, the official version, Roxxon Thor is undercover as Chad Hammer, a spokes guru, and he's all about marketing or saving Earth. Mama Gaia. He'll encounter
Chad
friends
Hammer
where-
doesn't sound like a porn name.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, you can't get any more Chad than a Chad Thor.
Yeah,
you know.
he's going to encounter some environmental activists that are just a tad too bit batshit crazy and must teach them some valuable lessons, whilst figuring out which of the many gods of evil are driving them to be their naughty selves. With Thor Truck, Executioner, Enchantress, and Minotaur, those great and lovely heroes there, it will truly be a comic worth your time. And Al Ewing did have one thing to say about the wonderful purchase of Rock Marvel Comic by Roxxon. Roxxon's hostile takeover of Marvel Comics is the worst thing to happen to the industry in decades. Just what comic books needed. I was horrified, jazzed beyond words when I saw how the so-called Roxxon Entertainment Standards Committee had gutted, improved my work, methodically stripping away every iota of poetry, symbolism, and metaphor. Junk no one cares about. The result is a comic that can best be described as an act of unforgivable violence against the medium I love. A rollicking good time for the whole family. May God forgive Roxanne, for I never shall. Make mine Roxanne. And
Oh my
that's what
god.
I have for Immortal Thor.
Absolutely love it. And
Yes.
they need to buy 42 copies, Carrie, because
Yeah, yeah.
you gotta get one more than me. So
That's true.
Okay.
And 42 is the meaning of life. So,
and
yeah.
That
comics.
was 23.
No, it's 42.
42.
Hitchhikers taught me that.
So 42 is the meaning of life in comics.
Yep. 42.
So 42.
Okay.
There we go.
42.
Could be 37 though in a row.
You know what? No, it can't unless you're Kevin Smith.
Okay, next up we have Jar Jar.
Oh, Darth Maul, red, white, or what is it? 25 years after making his debut in Star Wars The Phantom Menace, Darth Maul continues to captivate fans with his distinctive appearances, lethal agility, and transformation into an underworld mastermind. Marvel is set to explore Maul's intriguing character in a new 4-issue miniseries titled Star Wars Darth Maul Black, White, and Red. Each installment of the series will feature a different creative team offering a unique perspective on the Sith's appearance. The first issue is slated for release on April 25th and is written by Benjamin Percy and illustrated by Stefano Raphael. In this installment, Darth Maul is assigned by Palpatine to investigate a prison ship that mysteriously goes offline. As Maul delves into the mission, he discovers that the vessel is transporting a group known as the Final Oculation, unleashing unforeseen horrors. The question arises, will Maul be able to control the final oculation before revealing himself to the Jedi? The answer lies within the pages of this highly anticipated miniseries. So check it out April 25th. Go to your LCSs. I know Leo's a huge Star Wars fan. Do you read all the comics too?
Some of them.
I
don't know.
did
This looks
Vader
kind of cool.
Down for a while. And Dr. Aphra, I read that for a while too. That was pretty good stuff.
Yeah, this looks kind of cool. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, I like it. And with Black, White, and Red, I'm assuming it's going to be kind of a darker tale. I mean, you got Maul. So the last time I think they did a Black, White, and Red was Carnage.
I think they did a Vader Black, White.
Oh,
and
did they
Red
do a
one.
Vader also?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah, and Dr. Aphra is still going because there's a variant cover coming out this week.
Oh wow. I was on the volume 1 for a while. It was pretty cool. Like 000. The two murderous droids were really interesting to me.
Yeah.
But
Very
all
cool.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The cover with
love that
Palpatine is my
cover.
favorite.
Oh,
Look at
That
that.
is kind of dope.
he's funny looking there.
I really thought Maul got the short end of the stick in the Phantom Menace. Once again, a really cool villain, and he just got.
Yeah, he was one of the better parts of that movie overall. Absolutely.
Besides Jar Jar Binks, I mean.
You know, on the way back to base, Darth Maul left Palpatine on the side of the road, and when he got back to base, Palpatine was there because somehow Palpatine returned.
Leo, get Leo. Next
Sometimes
news
they
story.
come back.
Sorry, bad Star Wars joke.
Get out.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah,
True.
I'm
Yeah,
pumped by
man.
this. So, in the true news of Marvel relettering, April 2024, we will be seeing Nightwing 113, but it's not. It's actually returning to the original lettering, a legacy of issue 300 for Nightwing, written by Tom Taylor. Nightwing 300 will have various artists returning to join the already well-established great writer for a story that teases something entirely new. So we've seen him as an orphan, as a Robin, as a Titan, a Justice League leader, but now DC has something completely new planned for him that they are keeping a tight lid on. So again, you have Nightwing 300, written by Tom Taylor, a slew of great artists and artwork. I mean, look at this. I mean, that's just absolutely beautiful covers. I believe that's the Bruno Redondo cover.
That
We
reminds me.
already saw Dan Mora, Jamal Campbell, Serge Acuna. There's another Bruno Redondo, and there's even a Jim Lee cover.
This
So
one's a bit sexy. Oh,
that's the Jim Lee one.
Yeah.
I'd recognize that style anywhere.
The first one reminds me of that old video game, Impossible Mission.
I think what it's mimicking.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sorry, I'm very biased, but that Dan Mora cover is just, look at that, is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
All right, but yeah, so this comes out April 16th, this year, and yeah, man, support. I've been telling you guys, like, I love the Chuck Dixon, Scott McDaniel run of Nightwing, but Tom Taylor's Nightwing has just been fantastic. He is just having a ball with the character. And if you guys get a chance, I really do recommend reading. I mean, we talked about that story where he keeps referencing Gail Simone as a bear. How funny is that? And she's in on it, man. It's not even like, oh, hey. No, she's like, no, totally true. So, all right. So, Nightwing, April 2024, issue 300. Check it out. It's most likely going to be pricey because if it's actually only $4.99, variant would be $5.99.
They're not doing like an oversized issue, 80-page giant.
Yep, 40 pages.
Nice.
40 is still decent size for $4.99.
I know. I'm impressed.
Yeah, that's middle age.
Yeah. All right. Next story.
Okay. This
too funny.
Yo, this, man.
Okay, this March, What If is taking a thrilling new turn by stepping into the Alien universe. So with Aliens, What If? So in a special 5-issue series, we revisit the iconic Aliens movie. The big question is of what it explores is, what if Carter Burke had survived? So Paul Reiser, the actor who played Burke, is on board with his son Leon, no relation to me. They're teaming up with the impressive crew, including Adam Goldberg from the Goldbergs, Brian Vaughn Weiss from the Toys That Made Us, and Hans Radenoff from Damage Control. They're all set to take us on a journey back to the Hadley's Hope, following a story about survival against the odds. The artwork is going to be by Giada Belviso. Did I get that? Okay. So who's known for the amazing work in comics like Cosmic Ghost Rider and Eternals. So totally expect some awesome artwork to bring this story to life. The series delves deep into the character of Burke, the man who betrayed Ripley. We'll see his desperate attempts to capture the most dangerous creatures in the galaxy. And basically, fans have always wondered if Burke, the infamous company man from Aliens, really survived after the event of Hadley's Hope. Now we find him leading a tough life on an isolated asteroid, caring for his daughter Bree, who really doesn't look like him. And it looks like things might get even more complicated when she discovers his current plans. The question is, has Burke really changed, or is he going to endanger everyone again? So Paul Reiser shared his thoughts on playing Burke. He often hears that Burke is a bad guy, but Reiser thinks he's just misunderstood. Now we're about to get a deeper look into Burke's story and find out more about his motives. So stay tuned, launching in March.
I honestly think this could be really cool.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Paul Reiser played him perfectly because, oh my God, you hate him. He's such a he. This and Stranger Things, he just plays villains so well.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
You know,
Very cool.
I like that first cover better, I have to say.
Yeah.
Scary with the queen overlooking.
I mean, listen, that's all Phil Noto's work, and he just does great covers. Like, he is just fantastic, man. But like, what? I mean, my God, the amount of creative writers on this one thing. Like, if it's just some mediocre story, that's gonna suck. You got a lot of good firepower.
Yeah, that's a lot of money going into it.
And also, I don't think I think this is also continuing a trend of people who portrayed characters writing the characters. I mean, we had the young lady who was portraying Miss Marvel. She's doing that book. So that was like, I was like, I'm all for it. I love when you find the actors or whatnot, they want to contribute to the universe, you know?
I agree with that.
Yep, totally.
All right. So Aliens, what if? Find out.
March something.
People are still gonna die, so enjoy.
Okay, next up, I believe Carrie's next.
Woo!
Spawn.
All right. Todd McFarlane is breaking his own records in the Guinness Book of World Records with the release of Spawn number 350 through Image Comics. Back in 2019, Spawn became the longest-running indie comic with issue 301. To celebrate, Spawn is getting a makeover with new penciler Brett Booth, who will step down from the Gunslinger Spawn spinoff. Adelso Corona will be doing the inking, and the exciting plot point going on here is that the Throne of Hell, which has sat empty since issue 100, will be getting warmed up again with someone claiming it, but we aren't in the know about whom it will be yet, friend or foe, but the reveal will affect Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, Scorched, and King Spawn. And we also get all of these beautiful covers. If you run back to the beginning, I got them kind of in order. I got them in. Okay, this is Puppeteer Lee did this one. I love the chains. I like Danny Ketch in chains. I like Hellraisers in chains, Cenobites. I love Spawn in chains. I like chains. Okay.
Chains.
All right, Carrie.
That's just
She's a
really
Fleetwood
cool
Mac
thing
fan. She likes chains. We got it.
I do that too. This is, of course, Todd McFarlane doing his thing here. More chains. We move on to Jonathan Glapion.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Followed by Brett Booth's cover.
Nice cover.
Yeah. I like the skulls too. This would be Ryan Stegman.
Nice.
Yeah. And some artwork by Mr. McFarlane. And then we get a couple of pages in the end of this by Booth.
Look at that.
Yeah,
wow.
and
Violator, it's still part of it, man.
So Spawn 350 goes on sale Wednesday, February 21st from Image Comics, and the 40-page issue retails for $4.99.
I'm surprised there's not a Capullo cover.
Thank you. I thought the same thing, man.
Yeah.
There might be more coming out.
There probably is. I mean, that's his baby, man. Like,
they're only
don't get me wrong.
a certain amount at a time.
He's done other stuff, but Spawn is what helped put him on the map.
Oh, yeah.
And he's breaking records with it.
Yeah. I just still can't believe Violator's still a thing. Like, I'm sorry. Like, with all due respect to Pennywise, this is the one clown that terrified me at one point. I was like, God, this thing's a little
John
shit.
Leguizamo. Yeah, he played a great Violator. I still think that movie just didn't get the respect it should have for the time. That
it wasn't made in the time when it could have got the respect it would have. Yeah, which is why a lot of us have fingers crossed about this new one they're working on.
Yes.
Don't worry, Jeremy. We'll get by. I think by Spawn 400, we'll get a trailer.
That'd be interesting.
you know. So
Well,
we'll see. But yeah, more Spawn.
Yay, Spawn.
yeah, awesome stuff. Next up, Jar Jar with TMNT.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. IDW is publishing and has secured renowned writer Jason Aaron for the upcoming reboot of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic series, set to be released this summer. In an additional exciting development, the publisher has enlisted 4 top-tier artists for the initial launch of the ongoing series. The forthcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles title will kick off with 4 distinct issues, all penned by Aaron, with each installment featuring a different artist and focusing on one of the 4 iconic TMNT brothers. Joel Jones is set to illustrate the issue centered around Raphael, while Raphael Albuquerque will handle the artwork for the Michelangelo-focused TMNT 2. The 3rd issue, highlighting Leonardo, will be brought to life by artist Cliff Chiang, and the spotlight on Donatello in the following issue will be illustrated by Chris Burnham. After that, Raphael Albuquerque will make a return for the title's 2nd arc, spanning Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 through 8. So come check that out when it starts dropping. I just friggin' lost the date. Anybody got the date on that? I believe it's April.
It's in the future, Jeremy.
It's in the future.
It's in the
No.
future. It's in the future.
September. Yeah, they start dropping in July, I guess.
July. Yep. Awesome. These look cool.
I like those. They each have a which it should. They're 4 different turtles, so they should have their own significant looks too.
Totally agree.
Are they all box turtles? What were they? Anybody know?
And that's top-notch talent, man. You know, those are all great artists who, funny enough, all worked at DC at one point.
Yes.
And I think I've met all of them too, funny enough. The only one I haven't met is Jason Aaron, which Terrificon will probably solve.
Yes.
Hey, Drew, no going to the bathroom while we're doing the show.
I didn't go to the bathroom. I had to get the charger.
We're playing
You didn't hear me whistling.
Well, just good thing you're back, because you're next.
Oh God, right. So another from Boom Studios, Hidden Valley. Everybody, this one. What a great weird story.
Uncanny Valley.
Oh, sorry. Right, my bad. Wrong Valley. Uncanny Valley. So Tony Fleets, who me and Carrie know from Stray Dogs, and there's soon to be series Feral, teaming up with the acclaimed illustrator Dave Watcher, who, funny enough, worked on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at one point. Team up for a crazy story of cartoon mayhem, family drama, and deadly secrets. Spring 2024. So the synopsis is you got this kid named Oliver. He's a typical 12-year-old boy, except for his history, which seems to start and end with his mom. And this probably explains his odd powers, where he can do things that others can't, landing him in a lot of trouble. Baffled by the surreal, cartoonish nature of his abilities and a murder of a peculiar amount of crows, Oliver begins to pull the thread on the secrets his family has kept from him for so long. A lot of good hype there. Essentially, it's been described as Who Framed Roger Rabbit by way of something epic. This comes out, like I said, April. A lot of good stuff coming out in April, man. April 10, 2024. Features variants by Dave Watcher and Tony Fleece, along with Brett Bean and Dan Mora. All just good stuff, man. But it's a good weird book, man. I'm pumped. I'm for it. This is gonna be great. So what do you guys think?
It looks very interesting. I think it looks really interesting. I like the whole synopsis of it being kind of like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's what my mind was thinking when I first saw it. I was like, oh, this is interesting. It's like a real life in intertwined with cartoons.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. This looks awesome.
I mean, Boom, listen, I've been saying it for a while. Boom is just killing it with this superb new stories. I feel like every other week we have these great new series, and I'm like, I need to get a job at better pay because I need to afford all this shit. So
This kind, I don't know why, but this kind of reminds me of like Stand By Me.
yeah, it's got that feel. It's because it's a bridge, Leo.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
Want to race a train? Come on.
Got my crows. I'm all excited.
Yeah.
I don't ask
Oh,
for much.
last story of the evening is going to be for Carrie.
All right. So once again, this is coming out in April. This is Kevin Eastman's Drawing Blood. So back in 2017, Kevin Eastman
Hey, the
launched a
actual
Kickstarter.
creator of TMNT.
Co-creator.
Co-creator, my bad.
But
Peter Laird.
back in 2017, he launched a Kickstarter to get Drawing Blood issue 1 underway. By the end of it, $106,176 was pledged towards the $75,000 goal by 1,174 backers.
Ooh,
The premise of the story. Yeah, well, the thing was, they were like, "Didn't you create TMNT? Why do you need money?" And he goes, "Well, I was kind of stupid with what I did with my money, and I do not own this anymore, so need money." But that got taken care of. The premise of the story, what they're doing now is they're releasing a 12-issue maxi series of it. But the premise of the story is that in 1992, a comic book creator and his brother released a book, The Radically Rearranged Ronin Ragdolls, about 3 ragdoll cats who were mutated and learned how to be badasses from a couple of folks at the local Chinese restaurant and went on to fight crime. It was a ridiculous success, and the brothers Paul and Shane Bookman were suddenly in the midst of a multi-million-dollar franchise. Being young men, they didn't do so well with this, and eventually they sold the franchise after parting ways. Now Shane is in his 40s, has no inspiration. He made poor choices with his money and is broke, and suddenly his life involves killers chasing him around from money things he couldn't quite cover. This relaunching is going to be, like I said, 12 issues. Eastman is getting back together with David Avallone and artist Ben Bishop and Troy Little with colorless Brittany Peer and letterer Taylor Esposito. There was a press conference, and this is what they all had to say. Eastman said, "The completely fictional true stories of Shane Bookman sums it up the best. Set squarely in our collective world of comics, part autobiographical, part tall tales and legends. I wanted a fictional character we could really put through the paces. Drawing Blood is all that and a basket of kittens." Avallone added, "When Kevin told me his idea for the project that became Drawing Blood, I immediately understood 3 things. It was something that hadn't really been done before in comics, it could really be amazing, and that I wanted to write it with him. He kindly brought me on as co-creator, and we've had a blast turning all of the crazy stories of a life in comics into this funny, entertaining, and heartbreaking saga of survival and redemption in show business." And Drawing Blood truly is a story unlike any other, according to Bishop. It's not only a glimpse behind the scenes of the world of making comics and what life might be like decades after co-creating one of the world's biggest franchises, but a look inside the tormented mind of the comics creator as he searches to reconnect with that part of himself who once drew pictures in his bedroom on his bedroom floor with his brother and dreamed of one day making incredible comics for real. We all put our hearts and souls into this book, and so it's incredibly special to each of us. I know people are going to be able to feel that when they're reading. Get ready. Okay, and this is actually back in May 22nd, 2019. They did release Radically Rearranged Ronin Ragdolls, which I read, and it's a really good comic. Actually, it's quite cute and very well drawn.
It
So
very much reminds me of a TMNT cover.
Totally.
if you go
a tad.
Just a tad.
yeah, and you can buy special
Even
versions.
the lettering on it is like, wow.
It's a good homage.
You can buy the fun thing about these. I can't remember which one it is. They each have their own little kind of niches, but the one speaks in rhyming haiku. like not everything she says, but she likes to tell stories, and she tells them all in rhyming haiku. So it's kind of like, oh, like
Okay.
A little intriguing kind of thing.
thing, yeah. But yeah, so that's what's coming up.
It's another new story we haven't seen, and Kevin Eastman does good work. So hey, more power to you, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, go for it, Carrie.
No, I was just gonna say it looks good to me. I'm probably gonna be looking into it.
Yeah.
Cool
Stuff. So what's really cool is that brings an end to
Drew's News. Exciting tales, fresh comic views, in the pages, heroes fly, villains plot, under the sky. From Gotham's dark to Metropolis views, we cover stories old and new. Drew's News, your daily source for comic clues. Join the fun, this heroic cruise in the world of Drew's Comics News.
Leo, you need to end the show right now.
Love it.
Right now. Do the end thing.
Okay, I want to thank everybody for watching this fine evening. You know me, just Google me. But more importantly, follow these awesome people, including Drew from Drew's News. And yeah, head on over to the dorkening.com, but also check out Splash Pages. A lot of awesome stuff happening there. Check out our YouTube page. We got a lot of extra content there. I can't speak tonight. It's been a long day. Very, very long day. Well, anyway, we'll kick it over to Carrie.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. I think we had a really good show. We had a lot of fun. You can catch me, just look at Carrie Sanders on Facebook. And if you see an icon of a crow, that's me. All my links are there. I'm also over on the Owlite Network, which is part of the Dorky Network now. And this Friday and Saturday, we are going to be doing a 24-hour broadcast. So we'll have stuff popping up about that with more things and stuff. There's going to be prizes that you can win that we're giving away. All sorts of different shows. I'm going to spend 3.5 hours reading Alice in Wonderland to you as a bedtime story that you can watch later. It's just going to be craziness. So check us out and keep coming back to Splash Pages.
Woo!
Jar Jar.
Hey, Drew's News. Exciting tales,
so
fresh
much.
comic views. In the pages, heroes fly, villains plot under the sky. From Gotham's dark to Metropolis views, we're watching Drew's News. I cannot get over that song. I like it. It's very catchy, rhymes and everything. You gotta. I probably know where you got it from, but you did well, Leo. You did well.
Thank you. You just got to know how to program Chat GPT.
You're a pretty good guy. Pretty good.
I try.
Follow me on Facebook, Jeremy Courtney. Check out Comic Book Lovers Buy Sell Trade and Auction House on Facebook to hang out and buy, sell, and trade comics. And let's see. Re-Education of Nancy Ann Ritter has a new recording out, I think last week or the week before. Go check that out. Go check all of them out. They're getting quite a bit of views. So be in the know. If you're a Scream fan and you know who Nancy Ann Ritter is, you're already halfway in the know. And from that, over to Drew, because it's Drew's News. Exciting tales, fresh comic views. In the
Jeremy, shut up. Everybody, I'm Drew. I work here. I wish sometimes I didn't. It's the same way that people who are in a big family want to be an only child. But I'm here every Tuesday. You can find me on Facebook. You can also find me on Instagram, GhostbusterMan1984. There's a lot that I'm working on. So if you hit me up, I'll get back to you when I can. But there's a lot of good stuff here. Got a lot of good stuff there. A lot of good stuff anywhere. And we will keep you up to date because we handle the news.
Drew's News.
I hate all of you so much. Oh, there is one more thing I did want to update all of y'all. Leo, put it back on me for a second. Everybody, Thank you for joining us. Rob Lee was totally awesome, and we're hoping that we have him back on the show. Stay tuned for next week when we have iconic creator John Layman on the show for next week, where we're going to be discussing many great things in his career, especially his award-winning book that he did with Rob Guillory, Chew. We're totally excited to have him, and it's going to be a great show. So read up, bring your questions, and hopefully bring your appetite.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Just so we have it under recording and I can edit it, could you start that off instead with saying, hey, our next guest is, and then just say the name, and then I can do some splicing.
Sure. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us for Splash Pages. Tune in for next week. We're going to have legendary creator John Layman. John has a long career in DC, Marvel, Dynamite, Dark Horse. You name it, he's probably been there. We're going to be discussing all of it. And we're most likely going to be discussing his award-winning book with Rob Guillory, Chew. So bring your questions, read up, bring your appetite, especially if you like a taste for trogs, and we'll catch you there.
Totally missed it. But anyway,
our next guest is John Layman.
How did I miss it? I did the whole thing.
No, I just wanted to say basically just our next guest is instead of next week's guest.
Oh, okay, cool. Our next guest is
the never-ending show.
I hate all of you. Our next guest is Mr. John Layman, who is a well-known and great writer who's done a lot with Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, and a few other publishers.
Okay, that's it. I can splice it.
Oh my God.
We'll catch you
On
all
the
later.
goddamn show.
See ya.
Good night.
All right, everybody.
Excelsior!